Yes, indeed. We are live. We live with it. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Greatest Self podcast. I'm your host, Mia, and I am joined with two special guests of the season. Greatest Self podcast. I'm your host, Mia, and I Snopes. My bad. I had the YouTube tab, so that threw me off right there. I was like, hold on, why am I hearing my voice back to myself? But I am now going to open the floor to our guests to introduce themselves and get a little familiar with themselves. State your name, what do you do for a living, and a fun fact about yourself.
Okay. You want to go first?
Okay. Well, my name is Angela, but I go by AC Forever. I have an empowerment support group for women of color. It is called She Is Me. So that's literally my job, period.
Yeah.
And something like a fun fact about me is I'm a spiritual healer.
Period.
Uh,
Period.
my name is Ajane. I go by IGKO, KO, Big Dog. You feel me?
Period.
But I'm an artist and an entrepreneur. I make music, and I'm trying to obtain financial wealth and financial freedom for me and my whole team and my family. And that's what the ultimate goal is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm a Sagittarius. Fun fact.
Yeah. Yeah. Sag rising over here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ready to dive deep into it?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Let's go.
All right. So our topic of the second episode is embracing purpose. So our first question for you guys is, what does purpose mean to you?
You go first.
Yeah, you might as well keep going first.
Okay. I feel like purpose is your truth, right? What you are passionate about, what like that yearning you have, like that desire that is just so overwhelming. And like to even talk about my purpose, I feel like it's just to help the world in some way, right? And that is just an overwhelming feeling I've had since I was little. So it's just like, because the feeling is constant, it's no way it's not my purpose. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't changed. It's been constant. Been the same.
For me, purpose is like she said, like your calling. Like, what are you called to do? What is I feel like we've all been given some natural talents that we're just good at for no reason. Like, it might be audio engineering, it might be carpentry, it might be whatever, and you're just good at it. And it's like you're just being called to do it. You're attracted to it, and your purpose kind of, it fulfills your spot and on this planet. Like, what's your legacy that you left? Your purpose, like that you have to feel, and just trying to embody that purpose. Like you said, embracing purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, to give my opinion on what does purpose mean to me, I feel like it's something that you value as well. You know, it goes far as something that can connect you to your inner self even closer. You
Yes.
know, it so
No facts.
and I feel like it brings this abundance to you, not like monetary wise, but just like I said, within as
Yeah.
well. So I actually agree with you guys as far as it's something that you're good at, and also embracing your gift
Yeah.
that yeah,
Yeah.
that
Exactly.
makes you 100% you,
Yeah.
you know. And to dive a little deeper into that, my next question is, what does your purpose reflect to you when you are in purpose?
What does your purpose reflect to you when you are in purpose?
I feel like
That's a deep question. I like that.
I know.
I feel like
I
that.
told you I was coming with the deep questions.
I feel like that is and She Is Me, right?
Mm.
Or even when I'm in prayer, it just feels like the source, the divine, is speaking through me. You feel me? And so that's where I feel like I'm in my purpose, because now I'm able to translate, you know, what the divine or our higher power or God is trying to say, right?
Yeah.
I really feel like that. Yeah, that was definitely a good question.
I understand. I understand what you're saying too, because I feel like sometimes for me when I'm freestyling, it feels
Yes,
like it just
that's
comes
it.
natural. I'm being channeled, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I feel what I feel from my purpose that it brings me. It's like a feeling of like enlightenment. It's like I'm doing the right thing. It's like I'm moving towards the right purpose. It feels good, and I'm speaking to myself, and I'm speaking to the people I care about, and it's just like a that pure, unfiltered message being delivered through in a way that other people who are meant to relate to me can articulate it. And
Okay.
so I think one way is my music, and the other is just like I'm a nerd. I love to learn. So like even you going out to get the book that I was talking about, like that
Yeah.
made me love you so much more because I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
I love having
Yeah.
people to talk to about the shit that
And the
I'm learning and
hobbies.
like class and hobbies and all that shit like
Hmm.
that. Like, yeah, let's and I like the accountability. I feel like it's a big part in helping not only me achieve my purpose, but we help each other achieve our purpose. Because I'm like,
Right.
all right, bet you got the book now. What chapter you on so we can talk about it and see
Right,
and
right,
activate
right.
Yeah.
the stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's cool to have that. So yeah.
Yeah. Just to backtrack off of you, like you were saying, it's enlightenment. And
Yes.
me being in purpose, I noticed like I'm so hard on myself because I'm like, oh, am I in my purpose? Am I doing the right
Right.
thing? Because you don't see the external, I guess, benefits of it. So like
Yeah.
internally, we're like, what's going on for real? Like,
Yeah.
and I've had an epiphany recently, like you are in purpose. You're
Yeah.
doing something that you love. It's showing you more about yourself.
Yes.
Right.
And it
Yeah,
happens naturally. It occurs naturally. Like it's not forced.
exactly.
You didn't have to go out and search for it. Like kind of we was talking about the other day.
Hmm.
It's just free flowing. It's one of those things.
Exactly.
If you're in purpose, you're gonna flow along the river. You're not the river. You're not gonna be swimming against the flow. Like nah, you're not gonna go
Exactly.
nowhere. You guys go with the current. You feel me?
Hmm.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Because when you resist, it's much harder.
yeah,
And I
Yeah.
am a victim of that, just resisting, not trying to go with the flow, trying to
yeah,
just, but it's just like it's gonna happen naturally, like you said. And to dive even deeper into it, there are some pros about being in your purpose, but there's also some cons.
yeah.
So I listed a few odds of being in purpose, and you guys could backtrack off of it as well. It's the test of faith. I feel like you will get your faith tested when you are in purpose.
Amen.
like
Okay.
like
Okay. For
so
sure.
do you guys have any experiences about your faith being tested in purpose or just anything
For
towards that regard?
sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Life tests you every day.
Facts.
You feel
Mhm.
me? Uh Even your circumstances, your situations, right? And you
Mhm.
think like, well, I don't have everything that I want right now, or things is not going as planned, and all of a sudden the things start going as planned, and you be like, oh
Yeah.
wow, all it required of me is to continue to have that faith
Faith
that is
and
going to
believe.
happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the biggest thing. Go ahead, baby. What you was gonna say?
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think it's the belief in it, and
Mm-hmm.
like it's hard. It's like it's one of those catch 22 things because it's like you have to have it in order to keep it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
That's a
hard
good
to
one.
have,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
like you need it, and once you have it, it's like you got to keep feeding it to yourself. Um,
Yeah.
Faith is just like it is hard because the universe does test you, and I feel like it tests you in order to train you how to prepare for those negatives not to happen. But it's like
Mhm.
it's inevitable because it's life and it's gonna go up and down. So yeah,
Right.
faith definitely be
Exactly.
tested.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, just especially when you go through the lessons of just
yeah,
being in your purpose, because like you said, you have to learn. We have
yeah,
to learn because we don't
yeah.
know everything that is to come on the journey. So that's
Right.
that's the point of being tested. And
Hmm.
as well, just keeping the faith of you wanting something. Let's say if you put out a manifestation and you want it like tomorrow and it doesn't come tomorrow,
Yeah,
that I,
Okay.
that that
That
right there is like, am
we
I
definitely
am
had
I
a topic. I'm sorry to cut you off. We had a topic
no,
like
you
that. We
good.
was talking about patience. Like yeah, just allowing it to come to us. We set
Mhm,
our intentions out. We manifesting it. We working towards it. It's gonna come when it's
mhm.
supposed to.
Mhm.
It is.
Exactly. Exactly. Because in this moment we want it, but in that future we'll need it.
Right.
It's a
Right.
difference between needs and wants.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know, I feel
100%.
like wants is more of like our ego, and the need is something that we need for our spirit, you know, and for our soul.
Mm.
So yeah. To go to the next bullet point, it's saying that feeling as if you're not on the right path. So like shedding the old to bring a new.
Right. You know, she know about that. Shout out to the old her.
Hmm.
Just
Yep.
shout.
Yep.
um,
But
so that mean you want me to go ahead and talk?
go for it. Yeah, I don't
um,
mind. Open floor. But yeah, just shut in the old you.
just okay, yeah, like even the old her, right? The old her knew her purpose,
Right.
but fear kept her back from
Mm.
living out her truth,
Yeah.
living out her purpose. She knew what it was,
Hmm.
right? But she was held in bondage by fear, pain,
Yeah.
hurt, judgment,
Yeah.
you know, being
Trauma,
misunderstood.
suffering.
Yes,
Yeah.
trauma, and all of that. But when you, the biggest thing my best friend told me the other day, and it was a reality check for me. She was like, Angie, you doing this, right? And it was just like I don't always take the time to stop and think about what, like, you know,
How far
where
you've
I
come.
came.
Yeah, how far you've
Exactly,
come.
exactly,
Hmm.
right? Or give myself enough credit,
Right.
right? To
Right.
remind myself, you did get over those hurdles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You did make those efforts or whatever. And
Hmm.
it even made me go back and I had made a whole vision board for self-love in 2019. So it was just like I was making that necessary the necessary steps
Yeah.
to be better, but I felt like I got somebody put in my life that pushed me further. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I didn't feel like, not to say that my friends were, you know, holding me back, but I didn't feel like I had that push, right? To be my best self, right?
Hmm.
Because where I was at, we only knew one thing, and it wasn't going to LA. You know what I'm saying? It was
Hmm.
where we was at, type of thing.
Hmm.
So, to meet somebody and they push me and say, "Nah, you can do anything that you want to do, no matter what it is." You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm already having that mindset, but it was just a reminder constantly. You know what I'm saying? Because it make you thinking about the type of friends you have around you. If your friends around you is motivating you, you gonna feel good about yourself every day.
Amen. Yes.
You feel me? And I feel like not, and I'm not dissing my friends at all. I feel like we just went through a lot of stuff. A lot of us was trauma bonded. You know what I'm saying? And it
Hmm.
wasn't, not that we wasn't really friends, but it was just comfortable at the time. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? She definitely picked me up and took me out of my comfort zone. So that's that's you know, that's just what it is.
I forgot what the
Yeah.
what was the negative thing again? What was
It
it?
was it was saying feeling as if you're not on the right path, shedding the old to
Yeah.
bring a
Okay.
new.
Okay. Yeah, I felt like there was a couple times I was doing things that wasn't necessarily for me. Like
Hmm.
even when I think about working on music with different people, like they might have hot ass bars, but they're making trap music, and that's not me. So like I don't have to step outside of. I can do things that are different. Like I can do it. It's fun, but like also that's not how I want to be portrayed. So I don't necessarily have to do it. So just
Hmm.
sticking with who I am and knowing and staying true to myself, not because somebody else wanted me to do it, but because I genuinely wanted to try it or wanted to do it. So yeah, just being true to myself, I think
Even
is the
your
most important.
even your last EP, like you said, that's not me anymore.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
feel like I
saying?
outgrew it.
That
Yeah,
was a space and time in your life.
yeah. I was
You
like
know what I'm
sad
saying?
and depressed in a lot of my old music and stuff like that. And sometimes I can feel
Hmm.
that, and so sometimes I
Yeah.
don't want to go back and listen to it because it might put me in that headspace again. Like I don't want to worry
Hmm.
about that.
Yeah.
And that's also we talked about being vulnerable. Like
Yeah.
that shit,
Hmm.
you need to let it out, right?
Right.
But
Right.
we don't want to hold it in, but also it's just like I don't want to listen to it again because it's just gonna reinforce that.
That exactly.
So I just let it be where it is, and I just try to know where I want to go now. Like see what I
Exactly.
did go through, like she said, see what I went through, and now know how to use that to move forward.
Hmm. Beautiful answers. Beautiful answers. For me, I remember talking to you guys about this. Having self discipline.
Yeah,
So
That's the key
which
component to
yeah,
everything.
yeah, it is the key component to just getting things done and
Yes.
to getting to where you aspire to be. The
Correct.
Right.
self-discipline, and it felt like divine was pushing me into this new paradigm, but I was still in my old ways, like not prioritizing, not really getting things done because
Yes.
Mm.
I was being complacent. So
Right.
now it's like, okay,
Right.
you're on the right path. You in your purpose. It's
Right.
really
Yes.
up to you to get out your own way.
Right.
Right.
And
Mm.
and I feel like I didn't even write this down, but I feel like that's another odd of being in your purpose is you being in your way. You
I
know.
think sometimes other people be in your way too. Shit, like other people, like the people we was talking about earlier, like even the people we sometimes trauma bond with, the people that may have misused us or hurt us or traumatized us, they're in our
Mhm.
way and they want to hold us
Yep.
back. The crab in the barrel mentality, the lack mentality,
Uh-huh.
the envious mentality is all there
Yep.
in a lot of the communities we come from, and so it's just like we have to
Talk your
be
shit, bitch.
independent and stand on
Yep.
our own to reaffirm our own beliefs and the fact that we can do something different and we are
Mhm.
the best and we are amazing and that we are divine. In order to
Yep.
believe that, we have to kind of separate ourselves from people who don't believe that they are divine.
That's the
Because if
part.
they don't think themselves as divine
Mhm.
and I look at myself as divine, then they're gonna look at me like I think
Yep.
I'm better than them. Like I don't think I'm better than you.
Mm.
I just know that I'm divine, and that has
Right.
nothing to do
Snap.
with. And if you're taking that
Snap.
personal, that's on you. Like you
Right.
know,
Yo,
it's just
anybody in the chat, drop a fire emoji or something. Like,
facts.
drop some hand claps. You know what I'm saying?
For
That,
real.
yeah. And it's crazy how you bring that up because our next bullet point is don't those who lack within will project onto you.
See, you already ahead of the game. You already know. Like you already know.
Okay.
Like we didn't even
Yeah.
say nothing. Like
Yeah.
no, that's a
Like
real. That's real as fuck though. Like
that
people will pull
is.
you down. They will weigh
They
you down.
will.
Yeah. And then even note when you're projecting.
Right. That
Right,
too.
Mhm.
because
Yep. True.
like we was talking about earlier, accountability is very important, right? It's the foundation to have those bonds and friendships and stuff that you want, right?
Yep.
By taking
Right.
accountability, so even being able to check yourself,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
let
Yeah.
me hold
But
myself
that's where
accountable.
the discipline comes in though that we talked about. Because if
Yeah.
you have that discipline and you're able to meditate if you need to meditate and you're able to go to therapy if you need therapy or go for a hike or alone time when you need that and you can
Mhm.
maintain a healthy mindset and surround yourself with these beautiful people,
Right.
you have those problems less because that it's not as prevalent around you. Like,
Mhm.
you're not acting
Mhm.
out for no there's no reason to. Life
Right.
is
Yep.
for you. It's being laid out and there's no force. It's just flow.
Right.
Mhm. Yep. And that's one of the biggest battles with being in purpose is just like the people projecting onto you to
100.
make you feel as if you know can't get there, but it's all
Yeah.
mindset. Like you said, it's all
Hmm.
mindset.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All mindset. Our next bullet point is knowing purpose brings in a sense of peace and alignment. So,
Yes.
so my question to you guys is, since you guys been in purpose, has it brought you peace? Has it brought you harmony?
Yeah.
How does that feeling? What is that feeling for you guys? Being in your purpose, doing what you
Wait,
love.
you want to talk first? Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I think there's moments of everything. Like
Hmm.
I feel like nobody's gonna feel 100% fulfilled or happy all the time, and
Hmm.
that's just real. And I feel like sometimes I I could portray that image a lot, and I feel like that's why a lot of people always expect me to be optimistic and happy. But like we go through ups and downs of everything. Like I think it was Kevin Gates I was listening to. I'm not sure, but he was talking about like if you go to this new high and this is your new low, then when you go up here, you'll have this will be your new low. Like you'll still have a low point, you'll still have a high point, you'll
Right.
still have, but your goal is to help try to maintain that balance. And I do think that purpose has helped me feel fulfillment and alignment. But I do think there's times where I still have to practice my faith, or I still get tested,
Right.
and I do still face these people who are maybe toxic, or who may
Right.
encourage me to do the wrong thing. So
Right.
it's it comes with everything. Yes, that purpose and
Yes.
fulfillment is there. Just
Yep.
trying to keep it is the hard part. So yeah,
Hmm.
I feel like when be in my purpose, I feel like my relationship with divine just got better.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
got
And
better
just
for
like
me too.
it's just like because now divine sees me walking in my purpose as well. You know,
Mhm.
it's not just a thing that he wants for me or divine wants for me, but it's something that I'm doing, you know, and I feel like in that is when I feel like my purpose has been brought out more, especially with the she is me.
Yeah,
Like
Mhm.
definitely be even with already having the seed planted
yeah,
because I had the she is me already planned. It already had a foundation. It already had a schedule. It already had what
yeah.
everything that it needed for it just needed it to happen.
It's actually
And
Mhm.
just like the seasons too, if you think about it,
yeah,
because you gotta water it, you gotta take care of it,
yeah,
and then
Mhm.
it comes in
yeah,
seasons, and then the
yeah.
hardest season be winter, everything dead and falling apart. Sometimes then you gotta go back, water, dig it up, let it
But
flower again.
the biggest
Mhm.
planting the seed.
Yeah,
That was the
Yep.
biggest thing. I planted the seed to for it to flourish,
yeah,
to have the idea as to
You
what
got to get that soil right.
yeah, right.
exactly.
You got to
That's
get the
fertilizer.
soil right.
Exactly. Exactly.
You got to get the soil right.
Right.
Personally for me, um like I said, and as AC,
Mhm.
it's highs and lows. Like
Yeah,
we're bound to have our highest points and our lowest points.
yeah.
For sure.
And I just recently came out of my lowest point because
Mm,
it was just testing me. I was going through tests
yeah,
and I'm like, I'm not finna stop because
right.
this is something I love to do. I'm not about to fold for anything or anyone and stop
Right.
what brings me fulfillment or happiness or whatever.
It's the
But being
resilience.
exactly and being in my purpose has made me feel more free.
Mm,
Mm. Yes,
yeah,
Yeah,
for
it
sure. I
made
can agree with
I can agree with that too. This has
yeah,
been one of the best years of my life. I'm not gonna
that's
like I
beautiful.
feel like last
That's
year,
going on 2 years now.
yeah, but I feel like there were really hard moments in this year, but it still has been one of the best years of my life.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I can,
2021, 2022, 2023 is coming up. Like
Yep.
it's
Yep.
best years for the
Yep.
rest of my life. What you mean?
Yep.
no,
Yep.
facts.
Yep. Um our next bullet point, which is our second to last, is it okay to not know what your purpose is? As long as you continue to try, it will naturally flow to you. Like we said earlier, we already had of what we were talking about. But
Yeah.
what is your opinion on that? Although we kind of like grace that already, but is it okay not to know your purpose as long as you continue to try?
I feel like I feel like that trying part is really takes the cake, right? Because it's not knowing my purpose, but I'm trying my hardest to find out what it is.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about not having no purpose at all and you just not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
We
But
got to motivate the people.
Right.
exactly, at least you are attempting to figure out what your purpose is. And eventually it's just going to come naturally because you're just going to
Hmm.
start doing things and be like, wow, I'm so good at this. Or this is just, I feel connected to this, thing, whatever you're doing.
Hmm.
Can you ask the question again?
Is it okay not to know your purpose as long as you try? It will naturally flow to you.
In a lot of spaces where I have been in with a lot of entrepreneurs or people who make a lot of money, the one thing they will tell you not to do is to use the word try. Don't
Hmm.
even say you're gonna try, just do it.
Hmm.
And that's the discipline too that we talked about
Okay.
earlier.
Right. Right.
It's
Right.
like and I think it's important to know where you want to go. I think it's important for us to sit with ourselves and be like, okay, what do I want? What are my goals, small term and long term? And if I can't figure it out right now, let me just think. Like let me write it down and see where my mind goes. I think it's
Hmm.
important to have some sort of direction because if you putting in all this work, you could be going in the wrong direction and your
Right.
goal is all way opposite way type shit. Like,
Right.
so I think it's important to have an idea of what you want to do. But I'm not
Hmm.
gonna say it's wrong for somebody to not know what they want to do right now. But I think
Exactly.
if you're just do something, put your
Work
best
at
foot
it.
forward every day, become a better version of yourself every day. Like that's easy to
Hmm.
do. You don't have to necessarily be like, I want to make 100,000 copies of a CD that sells worldwide. Like Don't have to be nothing like that. It could just be like, I want to get better than I was yesterday. I
Mm-hmm.
will be better than I was yesterday. I am better than
Yep.
I was yesterday, you know, and it
Yep.
progresses through that. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's really what it is.
Yeah. I feel like personally me speaking, like I didn't really know what my purpose was. I know I loved music, but it was still like what, what am I really
Yeah,
into for real? So for you to say like, oh, just do it, I
yeah,
like that because every day I just been doing it. Like
yeah,
not trying, just do it.
and I
You
admire
have
that.
to, yeah, you just have to have that mindset of just doing it.
Yeah,
And to end off our bullet points, do you guys have any advice to the people who are finding their purpose or on their purpose?
just do it like Nike. Well, for real, that's one of the biggest things.
Yep.
It'll build discipline because if you practice, you might suck at it the first day you do something, but if you do it on the 30th day, you probably better than you was on the first day, and now it becomes a habit, and now you good at it, and you just doing it, and now other
Mhm.
people want to pay you money to do it for them or to teach them, and so now you got another hustle, or now you got another way to relate to people. You know, it's
Mhm.
just always just being the person you want to be, being the best version of yourself, being the
Facts.
person you yeah, just that. Just do it.
Um, I feel like take those moments with yourself.
Yeah.
Take those moments. Talk to yourself, yo. Like you got to be your best friend at the end of the
Facts.
day. Like
Yep.
right if you need to. Um, the biggest thing though, the biggest thing is spend some time with yourself because that's where you're gonna find that purpose,
Yeah.
right? When you spend some
Mhm.
time with yourself. So that's the biggest advice. She gave me this advice. Spend some time with yourself. Okay. Like
Yep.
self, because it's
Yeah.
important. Give yourself some self-love.
Yeah.
And self-love don't always mean going in the bathtub. It means going for a walk, maybe listening to some music,
Hmm.
maybe going to
Mhm.
the park. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's not just being in the tub,
And the last thing I want
Yep.
to say that she actually did teach me is that to have speak with God. You know, it doesn't have to look like what most people think it looks like. It
Yes.
doesn't have to be,
That's
down on
good.
your knees on a rug. It don't have to be in a church. It could just be
Right.
like you having a conversation with God, and God will develop a relationship, and y'all can learn how to work with each other, how
Right.
to manifest the things you want, how to read the right books to get you to feel closer, how to eat the right foods to feel
Right.
closer, how to
Right.
how to move, be cleanly, and whatever like your goals are.
Yes.
Just do
Yeah.
that. It's okay.
Yeah.
We are worthy. We are beautiful. We are filled with love. We are light beings.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's we're in a universe full of infinite possibilities.
Yes.
Exactly. Our consciousness is infinite too.
Yeah.
People
Mhm.
don't
Yeah.
believe it. We are intelligent. You know.
Yeah. And I also can say to back off of that is just take your time. Take your time. Don't rush. Do
Yeah.
not rush with getting things done. No, you have to do your micro steps.
Yes.
Then the
Yes.
macro is that big,
Yes.
you just have to take those baby steps.
Maybe day by
Yes.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna end this off with a quote, and then you guys just let the people know if you got any new projects out, anything coming up.
Okay.
Let us know. We want to know. We want to support. So, the quote goes: "There is no greater gift you can give or receive than to honor your calling. It's
Mm.
why you were boring. Excuse me." It sounds like I'll say like that's why you boring.
You
But
boring and shit.
yeah, like y'all not boring. I'm sorry. And how you become most truly alive, and that's by Oprah Winfrey.
Oh,
I like
love
that.
that.
Makes a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
sense too.
yeah.
Move with
So,
purpose. Your moves are more powerful.
mm-hmm,
Mhm.
More
exactly.
intentional.
Mm-hmm. So, do you guys want to let the people know what y'all got going on? Anything releasing? Anything released? Or
Okay, so
The old her.
the
The old her.
old her
yeah.
is out now. AC Forever is streaming on all platforms:
Yes.
YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever
Mm-hmm.
whatever you listen
All
to
that.
your music
Yep.
on, it's on
Everywhere.
there.
Yep.
Also, I have my intro video on my YouTube as
Yes.
well, watch that. That's going to definitely empower you.
Yes, we come out
Mm-hmm.
with videos every week. Each of us, we have three channels altogether, but she drops on Tuesdays, I drop on Wednesday, and then we drop once a month on our couples channel,
Yes.
AC and Aj, IGKO, AC Forever. And Cave Wave, go follow Catch a Vibe Entertainment. That is my
Yes.
LLC that we have formed in order to be a community and to provide each other with information and knowledge and resources and to share what
Yes.
we have created with each other and to empower each other. And she is me for
Oh,
all
yes.
the women of color out there.
Yes.
You guys are welcome to come to
Mhm.
our group and have these similar to this conversation that Mia provided today, just about
Yes.
different topics. We talk about how our heart is, how our brain is, how our
Mhm.
mental health is, and all that stuff. And we love each other, you know, we embrace each other, and we
Yes.
encourage each other. And so come through, y'all. Mia, thank you for having us. I
Thank
really
you
appreciate
so
being
much,
on your
Mia.
show. Yeah, shout out to
Of
everyone that
course.
was watching this. We love y'all.
Peace.
And yeah.
Yep. I
Peace and
appreciate y'all. This is the ending of episode 2 of the 3rd season. I thank y'all, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
All right,
peace.
peace.